Hey guys, Lowe's98 here and welcome to my review of Soldner-X 2 final prototype for the PlayStation Vita. Soldner-X 2 is a space shoot-'em-up game that first hit PlayStation consoles with the PS3 in 2010. Agersoft have taken this impressive title and ported it to our beloved handheld, the PlayStation Vita, and boy does it run well. The game itself has 10 stages to complete, with a plethora of different enemies and bosses to fight along the way. At first the game presents two different ships to choose from, each having different weapons and strengths. The game features a rank system, which changes as you maintain a chain combo while fighting enemies throughout each stage. On top of the regular stages, there is a challenge mode which unlocks 30 challenges of varying degrees for you to play, which gives players more chance to explore the game and complete everything it has to offer. In terms of storyline, a short cinematic at the start gives new players only a brief understanding of the situation and context of the game. Soldner-X 2 runs at an incredible 60 frames per second on the Vita, and I didn't notice a single dip or stutter while I was playing through the game. The Vita clearly handles the game extremely well, and the developers have certainly made use of the Vita's power. On top of the great performance, the visuals come out on top here as well. From stunning dynamic backdrops during stages to the dazzling bullets and effects, the game looks fantastic on the Vita's screen. Half the time I didn't even realise I was playing a Vita game, it's simply that good. While the shoot-'em-up concept can get a little bit repetitive, Soldner-X 2 has its own ways of keeping you hooked and engaged with the game. There are unique bosses and enemies in each new stage of the game, which present many different challenges for the player to overcome, with new skills, tactics and weapons needed to fight each new enemy in the game. Soldier is extremely fast paced, with bullets flying everywhere. It can get a little hectic with meteorites, bullets and ships flying left, right and centre, although new players will benefit from the easy control scheme, which is quick to learn and master and really helps when the screen gets a little busy. I also found movement to be fluid and very responsive throughout the game. Although I felt a little overwhelmed by the game at first, this was quickly rectified as I progressed through the game. In-game help tips will pop up every now and then, alerting you to different enemies and allowing you to change your style of play in order to defeat any tough new enemies or bosses. However, I found I often missed these tips when the game got a little too intense, as I was too busy focusing on the game to actually look at the bottom of the screen, and I did miss helpful little bits of information. However, when you encounter something new, there are also tutorials which can be displayed during the game once by simply tapping the triangle buttons. These tutorials are later available in the main menu under options, which is always a helpful feature for new players. Despite this, after the first few stages you should feel very comfortable with the game and be able to progress nicely and improve your in-game rank and score. Instead of just your regular side-scrolling game, you can find yourself flying downwards, avoiding obstacles while battling enemies and acquiring power-ups, and this adds a degree of variation to the stages in the game, which just adds something extra to the overall experience and keeps gameplay fresh and exciting. The length of Soldner-X 2 is one of the issues I have with the game, and while it is extremely fun, each stage lasted just over 10 minutes, so with 10 stages in total, players could expect to complete the game in at least an hour or more. However, the progressively unlocked challenge mode and leaderboard can go some way to improve this, on top of those shiny PlayStation trophies for all you trophy hunters as well. Overall, Soldner-X 2 final prototype is extremely well executed on the PlayStation Vita. It packs fantastic visuals and effects alongside super smooth gameplay. The variety of enemies also keeps each stage new and fresh, as well as dynamic backgrounds and fast-paced gameplay. The game may feel overwhelming at first, but in-game tutorials and help tips can help overcome this. Players certainly won't find themselves tied up in weeks of endless gameplay, however the game does provide short bursts of fast-paced fun, and challenges, leaderboards and trophies can help to keep the game new and exciting for a little while at least. The game certainly doesn't have any major faults, and as a newcomer to the genre of this game, I was pleasantly surprised. And after all things considered, Soldner-X 2 final prototype on the PlayStation Vita gets a good score of 8 out of 10 from me.